The mind-body connection for language learners. I'm going to talk about the mind-body connection for language learners because I think this is one of the most important things that is left out of most language learning techniques and methods. And it's super simple to add it in, whether you're using a traditional method and going to classes, or you're using an app, however you're learning, or even if you're not doing any other learning other than this. I'm going to share 3 different techniques that you can use to soak up a language like a baby learns. They all involve moving your body, because when we engage our body in our language learning, the learning becomes fast, effortless, and it's a much more powerful way to learn. It's the way we learned as babies, right? We touched things, we smelt things, we experienced things, and we had heaps of emotional connection in our bodies that helped our mind to learn the language. It helped our brain to function at its best. And so that's what I'm going to help you do in this video. So the first technique that we can try is to choose something that we already do and love, and find a YouTube video or something similar of a native speaker in that language. Okay, so what do I mean? Some kind of exercise that you already do and love. It could be Tai Chi, it could be yoga, Pilates, aerobics, dance, whatever it is, something that you love and you're very familiar with, because you'll feel good while you're doing it, you'll soak up the language without even realizing it, and afterwards you'll have this amazing association between your language learning and the good feeling that you have when you do that thing that you love. Let me know in the comments what thing it is that you love, because when we follow our joy, life just goes so much more smoothly, and I think that's why we're here. We're here to follow our joy. So tell me what your joy is, because it's a subject that I love, and I think we should all do it more. It would make the world so much more of a lovely place. The second technique, or the second suggestion that I'm going to offer, is to try a mindfulness walk or jog or run if you like jogging or running. So you can find guided mindfulness runs definitely on the Insight Timer app. Now, I don't know about the different languages, obviously. It depends what language you're learning, but I have a Spanish one actually on my podcast, a mindful walk for language learners, okay, and I'll link that below. So you can just go off for a walk, listen to the podcast in your ears, and you're soaking up, if you're an English learner or a Spanish learner, you can soak up those languages effortlessly as you enjoy your mindful walk. And as we engage all the emotions and the senses, that we're having more of a whole body experience, which means the learning just soaks in effortlessly. It's really magic. Try it. And the third suggestion is really, really simple. Have you heard of the concept of exercise snacks? So this idea is that we don't have to set aside a massive amount of time for our exercise. You know, this is great for days when we're super busy. Just find 5 minutes in a break between tasks, or take a break from work and just do some sit-ups or some push-ups or some squats or some star jumps, whatever it is. Grab a skipping rope. I've got one outside because I always like to do that on my breaks. And just do any kind of movement that feels good to you. So sometimes it might be uplifting, sometimes it might be soothing and calming, depending on what you want to feel. Okay, so go into it with an intention. I want to feel this. And at the same time, listen to either affirmations or simple, kind, loving words in a meditation or inspirational talk in your target language. So let me know what your target language is, because I know it may not be easy for all languages to be able to find this kind of material, but the internet is getting bigger and bigger, and there are more and more weirdo creators like me that are creating different stuff. So if you keep looking, you will find cool stuff to link your languages with your joy, and bring in the movement and your body awareness and the feeling of being uplifted in your body. the endorphins that you get from exercise. All of that will help you just naturally get a high when you're doing your language practice. And the aim is really just to feel good as we're doing our language practice, because that's how that's how natural language learners do it. They just enjoy it and they feel good and they get better and better. And they're focused on the feeling, and their main vibe is that it feels good. And so they get more of that. You know, what you vibe is what you attract. Right? Bring a high vibe energy to your language learning. And those are 3 different ways that we can do that: by bringing the body-mind connection into our language learning, by bringing joyful movement in, and moving our bodies in ways that feel wonderful to us. I hope that helped. Oh, and it's really helpful if you can build a habit of doing this every day. So even if you just have 2 minutes a day, okay, it's really important to keep going and keep practicing every day, because then it's just a gradual change process where you start to notice it feels better. And it feels more natural for you to be speaking your target language. You stop worrying about being embarrassed anymore, and the words flow to you. Often we're in these situations and we feel nervous, and that's when we clam up and the words don't come naturally. So building a joyful practice, a daily joyful practice, showing up each day is so important to find the easy, effortless way to fluency. And I've got a fluency plan, a really simple 1-page fluency plan, and 2 habit trackers. One's a weekly one, one's a monthly one. And these are freebies on my website, so do go and check that out. It's www.heartfulspanish.com. And stick those on your fridge or somewhere you'll see them often, and just tick off every day that you practice your joyful language practice, preferably with movement, as in maybe one of the ways that I've suggested today. I've got tons more ideas that I'm really excited to share with you. So stay tuned for more. Do subscribe if you are interested in learning more very simple ways to boost your language joy and find the easy, effortless way to fluency. You've got this, my love. Keep going. Leave me a comment below and let me know what is your joyful language movement practice going to... Leave me a comment below and let me know what your joyful movement language practice is going to be, and if you're going to stick to it daily. I really am rooting for you. You've got this.